Live. Hello. It's Nelson from No Limits to Right Electric, and today we have Douglas here. First of all, he's one of the best riders now. He loves to race. He loves to ride.
Mhm.
Thank you for coming, my friend.
Happy to
Let's
be here.
talk a little about you. First of all, like always, my first question is very easy: is how do you find this sport? How this sport found you? What is your background?
I actually have a few people in my family that ride. A lot of people here in the U.S. know my uncle Jim, Sitting Jim. He has been riding for quite some time since the start of the M Super line, and he gave one to my little brother, and I tried it and absolutely hated it at first. Um, and then, come a couple years later, I was working at a pet store at the local mall, and my boss, his daughter needed some help with her new business and that her and her husband had started, and that was Rev Rides. And from there, it just kind of took off. I started on the 18XL, and it was perfectly balanced. The pedals weren't dipping anymore, like in the M Super line, really early
Mhm.
on, and I loved it and couldn't stop riding. And now after that, got an RS and then an EXN and Monster Pro, heading on to a Master.
And for you, my friend, uh, how can you describe it like this? I'm going to ask you. We talk about in private, but it's like this. You, what you prefer more? What is your style, or you prefer more street riding, or you prefer off road, or you both? What is?
Very 50-50. I like both a lot. Off roading, I have a lot of great people up here in the Pacific Northwest that I get to go ride with. Uh, one being Shibby Time. And when it comes to street riding, I'm also riding with some of the fastest riders in the world as well. There's Sheridan and there's Kane and just many more in the community that just don't always have the time to make it out, but would definitely put on a show.
My friend, how long are you riding now? EUCs.
I'm going on my third year.
When you start, my
I
friend,
start so then in that case I started in 2020 or like late 2019. I started stepping on one.
and when you started, my friend, was so big the AUC world, or do you see the big change in this 3 years coming very fast? How do you see
Huge.
the AUC world?
The community has like tripled since I've started, and the events just keep growing and growing with more and more racers as people see prizes growing and sponsorships growing. And this seems like it's going to take off as a sport, hopefully within the next 2 to 5 years.
Do you see
Hopefully
that we do you think we need more support? Do you think we having like a big company like for us we see the Monster
Oh yeah,
Energy?
and
Do you think that?
Monster, Red Bull.
Uh-huh.
Um, there's also here in the U.S. Walmart is
Mm-hmm.
very popular in sponsoring now, like the biking industry, mountain biking. They've built parks and have amazing upkeep on them. So getting sponsorships like that would help our community grow even quicker.
Yeah, do you think we can put maybe in some years maybe in the radical sports uh over the world, because I think that is a sport we need
Yeah,
to.
if you've seen electric scooter championships,
Mhm.
those are starting to spread now, and hopefully in the next season they'll travel a little bit more and come to the U.S. some more too. And we can see.
Do you think the race that you was last year and you was this year again? I think the guys are doing an amazing job. Thank you so much to Moe and the team and the guys around LA and everything. They are doing a fantastic job. We're going to go jump there just for the people to understand.
Mhm.
This race, do you think this race is going to open the doors for these companies to maybe to say, okay, that is interesting, why we cannot do it, why we
Yeah,
cannot bring.
hopefully the companies in China are seeing that we're over here pushing the limits of the wheels, and they're gonna hopefully push more innovation and stronger parts, such as like the nuts and bolts that go into making a wheel. A lot of their screws are very weak, and you can break heads off very often or strip them, as we all know.
And my friend, how do you see the difference from last year racing and this year?
Double the riders. Last year there was about, I don't have the exact number on me, but about
Yeah,
30
yeah.
riders. But
But do you see the speed? Because if you
oh,
see,
the
my friend,
speed is just immense, and how fast
yes,
we're going now. And everybody just in the last year has upped their game so much. Um, and
I'm impressed. Look at this, guys. If you come now, I want to say thank you very much, Grace. I think is
that pass right there, JR making that pass. JR is from New York.
mhm.
Uh, he's on an EXN. Show was on a master right there. So the fact that he was able to pass a master that has immensely more torque
Yeah.
just shows how hard he was pushing, and even how close he could have been to cutting out.
Yeah, that's why. But you have to be an experienced rider.
Oh yes,
If you don't know when you receive the touch that is telling you is going to cut, and you don't know this limit point,
mm-hmm.
that's why I tell to everybody who's starting now with the AUCs, guys, don't go for a big machine, go slowly. You have to know how works the machines. These guys, they are profies. They are riding
Yeah, there's that
every
crash.
day. That is normal.
Yeah,
So
that made a few riders have to go around there. That's when I took the opportunity to
uh,
go inside. I had already passed at this point. Mm.
yeah, I see it. But how can you describe it? Because that is a very open road. Uh,
Yeah, so it is very open road, but everybody, as you can see, is trying to stick to the same line.
yeah.
You want to stay as inside as you can while maintaining your speed,
Hmm.
just to keep your time down and to gain a lot of ground to the people behind you or in front of you.
Yeah, my friend. But I think it is like this. First, I'm going to ask you this before you race. How much time that you have to train? You know a
Um,
little from the track because it's not the first.
yeah,
It's the
so this is my third year racing on this
yeah.
track. In between,
Hello,
we do
Chris.
something called Intro to Speed,
Hmm.
and that's a growing community in the US. And there's racers all over starting their own in their own cities, called Intro to Speed.
Hmm.
And there we get to practice all of our skills and try and just progress setting up different tracks with cones each time we do it. And we try to shoot for once a month, if we can twice a month.
Yeah. Grace is telling you important thing. The guys from the drone, the pilot
Oh yeah,
drones, they
thank you.
was amazing.
They were doing
We
a
have to
great
thank this guy. He makes
job.
amazing job, and we have to thank it. We have this photos, we have this image. We have to thank to this guy because
Mm-hmm.
that is amazing.
Oh,
How
yeah.
can you catch the race, all the race like this big competition?
Mm-hmm.
So, my friend, when you start to go to the final, do you expect? Do you expect first of all that in the end is going to be this guy is going to race against you?
Oh
Is
yeah, especially since he was starting in the front line in first starting position. I was hoping to be a little bit further up in starting position. I had to start back in seventh
Jeffrey?
position. In my heat race, I slid out and had to catch up for second to make
Yeah.
it.
I just want to say to everybody's coming, leave your message. We're going to try to
Mm-hmm.
answer
Jeffrey,
the questions.
go
Put the questions there. I just want to say hello to Robert. I want to say to everyone is coming. Uh, Ray was the guy filming. So there is a YouTube channel. I'm going to put the
How's it going?
link from him there. If you have the chance, go there, subscribe to his channel, because this guy, he makes a amazing job. But before we go to the end of this race, because I think this race was fantastic and you do something very special in end, we talk about that in private, and I think we need to go to that, because
Mhm.
it's not everyone who do what you has done, and I think it's beautiful. But continue. Do you have? I know. I think your wife or girlfriend is here. I think is
My
she
girlfriend,
writes too.
yeah,
Yeah, she
yeah, she
writes
does
too.
too. Yeah,
That
yeah,
is the
she's
that
upstairs.
is the main thing. She is a good rider.
Great writer. Yeah, she
Do you
actually races
think?
here too. This is
Yes,
her
that's
second year
that is
racing.
my next question. Do you think we're going to see in the next years lots of ladies riding
I
in the
think
EUC?
each year they've been growing more. This year is the most ladies we've seen out there, and especially now that companies like the Goat are giving
Hmm.
such prizes for the ladies, we'll hopefully see a lot more riders out there next year.
I hope to see more ladies because they are very good, they are fast, and we need more ladies in these PVs.
Mm-hmm.
And if you are out
I
there,
mean, and them racing the Open was allowed this year, and that gave a lot of competition for the boys too. Maribel was able to take first in her
yeah,
division.
there is a question here from Mr. AUC Journey.
Yeah, Euro.
Douglas,
Hey.
Douglas, do you think the race should have more laps?
um, as the batteries are all starting to be monocell, people are starting to upgrade their batteries, and there's not as much voltage sag. I think we can start doing that, but
Okay.
come to too many laps, we may have overheating issues and leg fatigue issues as well. And it's definitely an endurance race. In the third lap, your legs are starting to wobble a bit, especially if you've been racing for 2 days.
Yeah, and then I'm going to ask you another thing for the people who is out there. When you go race, do you have your battery full charge?
Yeah, every time.
Yes. For
Yeah.
the people to understand. I just make this question because the
Although
people.
I did not race with Mollicell. So
Okay.
Mollicell, I've heard if you fully charge and try to go ride with it and you brake too hard, you will actually overvolt your wheel. So it's best not to fully charge your Mollicell battery before
Yeah.
going out and riding.
Yeah, I'm just telling. I'm just asking you. That's because some people don't understand, and you, as an experienced rider, you can explain to the people out
Mhm.
there who maybe wants to start. Racing is not just racing. You
Mhm.
have batteries, and batteries. When you go to a low percentage of the batteries, you're
Mhm.
not going to get. Can you can have more cutouts? That is
Exactly.
the
Yep.
that is the problem, and
Yep.
lots of people don't understand, and they think they can go with 100% the same speed and the same torque than when you have less than 50%. That's
Mhm.
why people have to take care. I think that is instruction. We have to have
Yep. I definitely
instructed people.
recommend there's the in the apps you can add beeps to your iPhone or Android device, and you can also buy a comm system and put that in your helmet.
Yeah.
And that's what I use when I ride. So that way I know when I'm going too fast and I can slow down immediately because you can definitely not hear the beeps at
No,
45.
you're not going to listen. Yeah, I know that. So now we're going to leave this race. I'm going to go to another thing I think is important for the people to see, because you're not just a rider of street. You are a guy who likes to jump and likes to ride off road, and that's why I'm going to change for something here, and I think is important for everybody to see it. And there we are. That is something that you do,
Mm-hmm.
and tell
Yeah,
us a little
this
more.
video is about a year and a half ago out at Post Canyon. It's a local riding trail that is made by mountain bikers up there.
Mhm. And how can you describe it? The two types of, because we are talking about a totally different style of riding. Because
Mhm.
the other one, you are riding in a track, and now you are riding in an off-road track.
Mhm. When it comes to on road and off road, you're always looking much further ahead than right in front of you. And one moment. Huh? Yeah, I'm in the interview thing.
Just but for everybody who's trying to understand, because I think there is lots of different styles of riding, and most of the people, do you think today the suspension change for the guys who are riding off-road? Because I'm seeing lots of guys in the streets. They say, I was listening last time to the Adam from Wrong Way, and
Mhm.
I listened to the interviews and I was listening for the guys from New York, and everybody's saying, now that I tried the suspensions, I don't. I think I'm never going to come back again to a normal AUC. But I see you riding without suspension off road
Mhm.
too.
Mhm.
How do you see it?
I definitely tried the suspension wheel and want to get one. Just need to get the S22.
In a moment, there is interviews from you.
Mhm.
In a moment, what is the best machines for you in the market for the people who wants to buy with suspension and without suspension? Because it's coming some AUCs new for
Mhm.
you. What is your expectation, and what you think is going to be the best things for us to buy it?
Yeah. So when it comes to street racing, the Master is definitely holding its own in the top rankings. We'll see how the EX30 does when it comes out, and it'll really come down to how the wheel handles in corners, if it's too top heavy or not. Um, when it comes to off-road riding, the S22 for the suspension travel. And again, we'll see how the EX30 does when it comes out, because it should have more torque, which is what the S22 is slightly lacking. It's definitely a momentum wheel. You got to keep your momentum when you're doing jumps, and has plenty of torque for just normal off-road riding. But in jumping, the EX30, if it doesn't drop too low, could possibly stand next to it.
And how do you see like the commander, the pro this commander with that 134 volts? Do you think that is going to be something, or?
It's definitely going to be a balanced wheel, but it's definitely going to be a heavier wheel than the Master when it comes to street racing.
Mhm.
And the off-road suspension, it could. I haven't seen the weight of the wheel, so I think it's probably somewhere around 90 to 100 pounds,
I
and that's.
think these two boards, I think the commander and the Sherman is going to have the same suspension.
Mhm.
That's what I think.
Yeah.
Then we
I'm
are talking
also
about.
personally not a fan of that style of suspension,
Mhm.
the pogo kind of
Mhm.
style. Uh, I like the shock to bounce back as I hit a bump, because it's
Mhm.
the shock is angled to the angle in which I'm hitting the bump. So I feel like it's not springing me up as high, as opposed to keeping my momentum moving forward.
When you have the S22, do you going to change something in this machine, or you going to stay with everything standard?
Definitely the CNC sliders are a big switch
Okay.
that I will be quick to make.
And the suspension, you're going to stay with the original one, or you're going to?
I'll probably stick with the original one, and then if I need to, up the pound of the suspension from 550 to 750,
Okay, that's good.
and that'll help with the how much the rebound gives me for pop onto jumps.
Tell us a little about this. What happened here? I was asking myself when I see this video.
Mhm.
That is just when you are for the classification.
Yeah, this was for the time trials last year, or not the last year, but at
Hmm.
the last race this year.
Okay. And do you have different machines for different
So
approaches?
no, so this was a separate race. This was the race prior to the race that you're watching in the last video.
Mm-hmm.
This is
Okay.
a race earlier in that year, and
Okay.
this is before the Master was in anybody's hands.
Yeah, this is around
This is when the
6, 7
EXN.
months ago, I think.
Yep, the
This
EXN
race.
was the fastest wheel at the moment here.
Yeah, and uh, what is the difference when you are alone like this, making your time and going against a guy?
When you're
Is
going against somebody else, you definitely get to try and match their speed. If they're going that fast, that means you can go that fast too, and you
Mhm.
push yourself just a little bit more, knowing that they have the same limits you do
Mhm.
because you're on the same machine.
You studied the guys that you go against?
Say that again.
Do you study the guys? Do
Um,
you go
if I
behind them like the first lap or something like that?
yeah,
You start.
yep, yeah. The first lap, I like to kind of just stay in my place. If there's an obvious pass, I'll take it, but um, try to stay in my place and watch where they might mess up in a turn and try and take all those opportunities in the second lap.
That is the good thing, because most of the guys, they want to go in the front, and the guys who could stay in the back, like me, when I race, I prefer go in second, because I can see where he's doing the
Mhm.
mistakes, because there is always a place that is you are
Like
not
right there.
so
Yeah,
yeah.
that turn right there.
And then is when you can do it. So then continue to put it. We are seeing your time, everything was good, but
Mhm.
I want to show it now. In end, you make something. We're going to come again to this. We're not going to go to politics or something like that. I don't care about that. That is, I just want to say what happened and what is my opinion.
Mhm.
So in end, that is a race. For everybody who don't understand or don't want to criticize, that is not the point. We are just here. Races, there's people who won, there's people who lose. Sometimes shit happens, and this is a race of two guys very fast, and then comes
It shows an
someone.
extremely good racer.
Yeah, he's very good and he's crazy. And I see him one time in New York. I see him, he's back, and was everything damaged. Is good. So I see how you stop, but that is a competition. I think you deserve to win it. There is no discussion. That is my opinion. I don't
Mhm.
want to put you in. I know that he's a fantastic rider, but then we come to this thing. That is what I love about you, my friend. Is not just riding, but in end. That is the last race, but here, my friend.
Yeah, thank you to Hayden for making this. Hayden Wu.
Yes, that is the important thing. You come, the two of you, to the and that don't means who wins or lose. The important thing is we have a community and we are together, all of us.
Mhm.
That was your intention, right, my
Mhm.
friend?
Exactly.
And that's what I think is beautiful. And what he says is important too.
Mhm.
For the people who wants to see it, I think that is amazing. I'm going to make a video from all of this because I think you guys deserve it. I think the EUCs this year, uh, the skateboards, the skateboards was very big there. Be-
It seemed bigger in the past years.
yes,
I did
yes,
not see as many racers this year as I had
yes.
in the past
That's
years.
what I want to say. And
Yeah,
now
but
we are seeing that the EUCs is taking the place.
yes. Although they are still slightly 2 seconds behind in lap time. Fastest
Yeah,
lap time on the East Gate was 1:15.
yeah. But the important thing, my friend, is you seeing the place is going. Okay. I'm going to say I started as a skateboarder, and
Mhm.
I'm seeing every day the EUC is taking the more and more the place
Mhm.
for.
It's easier to store, easier to carry or walk
Mhm.
around. Um,
I have a
there's
one wheel too, and
easier to work on.
I have my Z10, I have my everything, but I'm seeing that the AUC. I think I know that lots of people is directing this cuts thing and saying, "Oh, you are a skateboard. Why are you doing that?" Is the truth, guys. If you're going to go to work, it's easy to take it. If you're going to go shopping, it's easy to take it.
You have
If
both
you
hands
want
free. You don't have to have a controller in your hand.
if you want to go in your car like me, I have a smart. That is a European car. I don't know if
Mhm.
you have the smart there.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
can
we do.
put
We do.
I can put my 3, 4, 5 AUCs, and I can just make one one
That's a lot of NASCAR.
skateboard. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a big one. The people
Oh, you
think
have
the
the big
smart
one.
is
Yeah,
very
we only
small.
have the small ones. Yeah.
Yeah, I have the small
Yeah.
one, but
Okay.
everybody thinks that is very small. But that is a lots of place. You can put it. I'm going to make a video with that. I can put it
Yeah. Yeah. And show
four
us the rack
AUCs. I
that
can
goes
put
on.
it there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good. So we in Germany we say, I'm not from Germany, I'm from Portugal, but we say we can put 6 packs of beers inside. So the 6 packs of beer is around the German beer is very big, and
Mhm.
we can each box has six. Then you can see it. You have lots of place. But so I think the AUCs is taking the place. They are coming faster. So for you, my friend, as a big rider, I
Mhm.
ask you that in private. I'm going to ask you again. It's like this. Uh, do you think we are coming to the limit? Do you think we need more torque? We need more volts? What do you think about the future of the EUCs? What you like to see in the future?
Yeah, in the future, I'd like to see adjustable suspension travel, being able to go from no suspension all the way to 130 millimeter, like is on the S22. I
Hmm.
don't think we need much more than that. Um, the InMotion V13 is going to kind of do that. They're going to let you delete your suspension if you want to, and then be able to replace it, but still not able to adjust the amount that's there. You can somewhat do that by printing your or getting your own CNC suspension arms made, and then you can adjust your own travel. But I'd like to see this from the companies, adjustable for any rider.
Do you
Uh,
think do you
yeah,
think we have enough support for these companies of AUCs, or we need more support from them because most of the AUCs is everything from China. Do you think we need more support from them? Maybe more contact
I
because that
think they're definitely starting to notice that we do
okay.
because they've been watching the comments for years, and they seem to start actually reacting to them.
Yeah, I ask you this because it's how can I say it? I listen to the people speaking with me, and sometimes I say, Nelson, it's so hard for us to have a communication with them. We
It
have to
is.
have like you represent one team, one shop, and that is the only place that the people can contact is this
Yep.
shop when there is a problem,
Mm-hmm.
and that's why. And you don't see directly the companies who selling.
Yep. And a lot of the
Have
companies are going through the same thing you as a consumer is going through. Um, they're in contact with them, but they're telling you everything that they're being told directly when a shipment is delayed or there's a broken part. And they just say, okay, we're updating it. And now we just are in a waiting game each time. There definitely needs to be more testing before first batch goes out. And if first
that
batch goes out, it's to a select few that are to test it and give feedback based on what needs to be fixed and actually fix it.
I think that is very important. What you said is important. Don't you think that maybe these companies, when you see they make in massive production, don't you think they have to send it maybe for these companies, like the company you represent,
Mm-hmm.
maybe
Yeah,
one or two?
the companies still have to buy the first demo wheel
Yeah,
to
that's
test.
why. That's
Yeah,
why.
it
Don't you
shouldn't
think
be
that
sent
is?
to them, and it
Don't,
should
don't,
just be sent to them.
yes, that is what I'm trying
Mhm.
to ask you.
Yep, yep,
Don't you think that I have to be sent for you, and then you as a rider, as a tester, you
yep.
can make the tests, you can make the, and you can come to with a feedback and
Exactly.
say,
We shouldn't be paying the companies to hurt ourselves on their first batch wheels, so that way they can then fix the issues for later
yeah,
on to make more money. They should
that's
be
what.
sending us first batch wheels to test for that purpose, so that way you know what you're getting yourself into, and then the end product will be a lot better in the end.
Yeah, because that is I think you guys deserved the risks what you take, and the YouTubers what they take, and the
Mhm.
companies when they have to buy it, and then they have to test it, then they have
Yep,
to give the feedback, and
yep.
they are losing
And
already
buying
money.
new
And
parts and
yeah,
Yeah.
They are losing already money.
Yep.
And maybe like we talk about the S20, that was this fire everybody was asking for, then they changed it for the 22 and
Yep.
everything. But uh, I think that will be fair, that these
Hmm.
companies see, okay, we have to give. Most of the companies, they are in USA, most of the riders are in USA. Okay, in Europe there is some place, but it's illegal. So there is why they don't give you guys more credit, like you as a rider. I think it's
Hmm.
not fair for you not to receive something. uh, it's not asking too much. You are putting
Hmm.
your life in danger. You
Hmm.
are helping them to win millions, because they win money a lot. And that's why I think it's not fair for them not take care of you guys, the
Hmm.
companies and you riders.
And
Because
if they come out with a better quality wheel, they will sell more wheels as well, and it'll get a lot
of
more
course,
people
my
into
friend.
the sport, get a lot more investors interested.
Yeah, I know what I mean. And
They'll
I
make
think,
more
like,
money by giving away a few free wheels to test.
I'm going to put it like this. For me as a buyer, I'm a person who goes most of the time to the riders. I don't like to go for the companies. I like to see the riders when they speak,
Hmm.
because I trust them.
Exactly.
uh,
I've
uh
started when I started writing, I was watching some of Adam's videos. Um, I was watching. Um, he hasn't made a video in so long. I can't. Oh, Kuji rolls.
yeah, casual.
Yeah, he needs to make more videos, and then I'll remember his name again.
But it's like this. I think it's most of the people stop to make the videos. Can I tell you why? One of the reasons is that because they have to buy the machines to make a
Mhm.
review. And most
Exactly.
of the companies, they are saying, hey, I cannot there is so many AUCs coming out in a moment, I cannot buy all of them
Yep.
and put
Exactly.
them just for testing. These companies who are selling, they have to do something,
Hmm.
and that for them is not expensive. And I think we have to start to work more for you too.
Hmm.
For you as a rider, I think it's not fair that you don't have a nice machine to test it and to give us a big feedback. Let's see what is selling. And I think he is asking. The
Yeah.
tester in
Exactly.
China is not. Yeah, that you can forget. In China, they make it. They put it 20 AUCs, and maybe just three is working, and they just make the best video. You cannot trust that. I trust the guys who are doing like you, like Adam, like most of the guys, Douglas, and everything. Most of them, I don't trust these guys. I don't trust it. I trust the riders. And when I see the videos from China, everything is beautiful, everything they can go up to the sky. Yeah, of course, I can do that, and you can do it that too. It's simple. Just make an imaginary film, and then we cut it in 10 parts, and everything is beautiful. So that is the simple. Let's see what happening here. Oh,
Painter
that
there
is.
has a good point. Um, you don't even
Yep.
necessarily need to make the wheels in the US because that's going to be extremely expensive. But
Mhm.
just talking to some engineers in the US could make for better wheels in the future. And
Yeah,
also using better quality screws so we're not popping heads off of screws and stripping screws all the time.
I think that will be
If they didn't.
fantastic. I think it's fantastic what he said, and I think that the way you put it is better. But I'm going to ask you like this. I don't want to make this video very long, but I want to ask you like this: do you, in all this time, do you have a big accident with one of your machines?
Oh, yes. So, like I said, I started on the 18XL and then I kind of was riding that wheel at the top speed. If you've heard the Please Decelerate from King
Mm-hmm.
song, just that consistently, and
Mm-hmm.
was kind of getting boring at 31 miles an hour. And I thought that'd be way too fast for me in the beginning. So I moved up to the RSI torque uh, just because that's what was available to me at the time. And it was something I wanted so I could go do more off road riding. I had just started getting into jumping, and that was the new jumping wheel. And I cut it out on the road, going just full lane into wind and at top speed. And the wind let up, and I fell over, and I did break my collarbone. Hmm.
So then I come to a nice question. It's not the question everybody likes to, because sometimes we are mentioned and we are guys and guys sometimes. What protections do you use?
Um, I use a full motorcycle helmet that is DOT approved. I have plenty of
Hmm.
concussions, and I don't want any more. Um, I use chest armor, elbow pads, gloves, knee pads, and I wear steel toe boots. But I'm looking into getting motorcycle boots.
Yes, that is the
Mhm.
thing. I was speaking with a guy from Detroit. Was in an interview about 3 days ago. That is, I call him the samurai. He loves the Sherman, and that was one of the things he tell me. And I agree with you and with him. Nice boots is very important.
Hmm. Yep. I haven't
Stickers.
tried ankle support yet. I do
Mhm.
like being able to move my legs around for turning and racing, um, but it could help with ankle support a lot.
I think too. I think that is going to be is for our safety too. Uh,
Exactly.
uh, I will see the guy was racing with you and he was without no protection, and I was looking to this guy and I was telling, what the, this guy is without protections.
Yeah, he was wearing his helmet and he was wearing knee
Yeah,
pads and an armored jacket.
yeah, but my friend, the hands. I
Hmm.
broke my hands riding,
Oof.
and it's never going to be the same.
Yeah,
Never.
the gloves definitely. I could probably wear wrist guards too, but I prefer the comfort of the gloves.
My friend, I just tell to everybody, guys, I was around. I have the video here in internet. I don't have my face, but I just want you to see. I was going very fast, and believe it or not, guys, that
Yep,
seconds.
can just
And I
happen.
was
Got on
riding
the
with
collarbone
friend.
happen too.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
have broken everything here too. And
and my sticks
in
out
the
a little
same
bit there. Yeah.
the same side.
Hmm.
The so I don't want to make this dramatic, but guys, believe it or not, put safety. You're
Yep.
going to win with
Wear
that.
your gear
Yeah,
up.
gear up, because we are talking about big machines. That is not 3 years ago there was fast, but not so fast like today. Today you have them, they are fast, they are torque, they have everything, and
Hmm.
you have to think, you have to take care of you, enjoy it, have fun, and that is the important thing. For you,
Hmm.
my friend, I just want to say, first of all, before we go, I want to see you more, seeing more race. I hope that next week I see nice videos with you, and the person is going to visit you. Uh, I don't know if I can say the name, but I hope that
Hmm.
you have lots of fun with him there. He's a fantastic guy, and don't stop riding. I hope to see nice videos from you with a new machine, the S22,
Hmm.
and make
Oh
lots
yeah,
of
can't
jumps
wait for
for
that.
us.
Probably sometime next year. Around probably hopefully around the time I get my master.
Yeah, that is the good thing. Like always, for everybody's out there, I want to say thank you so much for coming. I don't want to make this video. Look at here, we are with 40 minutes. That was like
Yeah, it
flying.
went by just like you said, quick, real
That
quick.
is like when you start to think. I just wanted, before we go, I just want to show the video for everybody to see it. I think it's a fantastic video,
Hmm.
and we're going to see from another perspective. That is from Zend. He put it there, and this way you can see how everything starts, how everything lines, and
Yeah, shows lean in the beginning there. You can see he was about at a 45-degree lean, almost all the way there.
yeah. But I think it's fantastic. The way you see now the race is different from the other perspective of
Yep,
the
and
other.
he throws in some of something FPV's videos too.
Yeah, that is
Gives you
amazing.
gives you plenty of angles of everything
Yeah,
going on.
yeah, and he's using this one. I think this one, what he's using is the Scardio too in
Yep,
this one.
yep. And this one right here, the Skydio.
Yeah, yeah, that is from Zen. Uh, uh, and I think you guys are. mm, Uh, do you have any competition before we go? Do you have any competition against like the skateboards, like a mix,
Um,
or
if we have time, we sometimes I've heard it in the past. they take the top racers and all race each other in each class. So e-board, scooter, uh, EUC, and they all race each other to see who can win. But we are just now getting to the times that the e-boards are having. So it would be fun to see a competition and who would win that.
I think it's fun. I think it will be fun to see this competition because here is open. You can have lots of riders.
We're
You
at
have
Northwest Electric Fest this year. We might look at doing some relay races, EUC one wheel,
yeah.
and we try to bring the two communities together there.
So I don't know if I can go this year. Last year I was to go there and stay around 2 or 3 months there with you guys. I
Mm-hmm.
hope that this year the COVID is not there anymore and that I can go, and I will bring one machine that is everything is prepared.
Well, if you come to
And
Portland, somebody will always have a machine for you to use.
but
Like
yes.
my garage.
Yeah, my friend, it's the same I say to you, my friend. If you come to my house is full. My wife hate it because it's too much.
That's why my girlfriend likes it. That's why I like her.
She don't eat it, my friend. The problem is too much. I have it too much machines. If you look, I just show you a little here.
Oh yeah.
Uh, here you have one, two, three. Then you have that everything is charging. Then you have the AUC is here.
Oh yeah.
And then you
We
have
have four riders in our house, each with 3 to 5 wheels or so. So we got
yeah,
lots of
but
wheels in the garage.
I'm the only one. That's the problem. When you have four riders, okay. That's what my wife always tells me. Hey Nelson, if you are maybe three, four guys, okay, but you are just one person. But I always bring my friends here, and sometimes I make like if you want to before you buy it, if you want to test it, if you want the
Exactly.
AUC
Yep.
or a
Yep.
one wheel or a skateboard, because I think it's unfair sometimes for you to buy something. I see guys buying a device, then later on they say, "Oh, that was not the right thing for me," and then they
Mhm.
have to expend the money again.
Yep.
And I have this opportunity and I did it for the community. And most of the weekends, we always have a nice ride.
Mhm.
But let's leave it like this, my friend.
Oh
So,
yes.
first of all, I want to see you maybe next year here again. Thank you so much for coming. I think
Yep.
you are a fantastic rider.
Thank you.
I just want to say this year, I was impressed with you guys. You are fast like hell.
Thank you.
I was like, wow.
Yeah, the
I
speeds have definitely grown. I'd like
there
to
is
see how fast we're going in those
my
corners.
friend, from one year to another year, that was like, if you guys are out there and go see what was the race last year and you see the race this year, that guys, you're going to say that is a
Hugely.
joke from last
Yeah.
year. And that is fantastic. And the way you ride this are you all of you guys are magnificent riders and persons. You don't have to see just a race. You have to see how the people come together in outside drinking and riding, speaking, and having a good time. And you see this year how many people was there and how many people is this year. I want to thank to the AUC community that is coming bigger and bigger every day. And I want to thank to the guys who organize all these events. Is lots of work for the guys who come with the drones to make these magnificent videos for the riders, for everyone, for the kids, for the family who support this sport. uh, there is no words. And for you, my friend, to take in your private time to come here and to speak a little
Yeah. Thank you
about your
for
experience,
inviting me.
my friend, it's a pleasure to always having a good rider. And everyone was giving your contact for me to reach you on.
Oh,
Normally I just make, you
I
see
appreciate it. Whoever did that.
the guys tell me, and I just make two interviews. I was make one interview today,
Mhm.
that was with Chris,
Yep.
and I
Yep.
make with you. Normally I just make one,
Oh,
but I say I have to have you here, and
oh,
I'm
thank you.
going to do it. That is the
I
important thing.
appreciate it. Chris
So
is
I
great.
just want to say for everyone before I leave you with the last words, I just want to say for each one who was here and for everyone who's going to come later on, thank you so much. Uh, Enjoy it. have a nice ride. I just want to show you what is going to happen. Where is going to be the next interview for you guys to see it. What we're going
Ride
to
safe,
have.
everyone.
Yeah, I just want to say for the next interview we're going to have Derek. That is a Brazilian guy who lives in Los Angeles,
Yeah.
and he's a good rider too. And we're going to
Oh
change
yeah.
for AUC to skateboards. And if you have the time, come and see it. I think it's going to be a very nice interview too for
Come
you,
back
my
and
friend.
watch.
The last word is for your community, for your friends. Please, you can say whatever you want.
Oh, that was all I really had to say. Thanks for having me here. Thanks for everyone who joined. Let's keep watching his videos.
Thank you very much, my friend. I just want to say to all of you guys, stay safe, enjoy it, ride fast, but always very important,
Ride safe.
safe. Yes, that is the important. Don't take to the left, to the right, to the back, and to the front. Maybe that way you're going to be safe, and the other ones too. Oh, and I don't see you so long, my friend. Thank you. The interviews is always made for the riders. So, guys, have a good day, a good night. See you in the next interview.